a study done where 70% of men have cheated on their wives at one point or another.
This was in part by design because the sexual revolution happened right in the 60s and the 70s, and there was this sexologist named Alfred Kinsey.
Let's go.
I don't know if anyone has heard of him, but he's kind of known as the godfather or the grandfather of sexology today. And so his ideology has really influenced a lot of sex ed today and a lot of behavior today. And so what he did, he wanted to prove that everybody was sexually deviant, was the term at the time, sexually deviant. They weren't in monogamous relationships, or if they were, they'd lie, and they were in swinger culture and other kinds of relationships. And he wanted to mainstream this idea because he wanted to break down the natural family, single mother, single father, together, married together, and with children. And so what he ended up doing is he created social data, research data, and he would actually survey prison populations for their sexual experiences, and he would use that and claim that this was representative of the entire population. So actually, he would ask, interview convicts or have people interview convicts and who were involved in all kinds of dark stuff, and they would share, we've been obviously in bestiality, rape, or we've been involved in having many different partners. And then he said, this is representative of, so 70% or 80% of Americans, he claimed, are involved in swinger culture or polyamory behind closed doors. But he was lying, is the thing. But
so you're telling me that stat she just referenced is total BS?
I don't know exactly where you got that stat, but I think it might be a Keynesian stat because a lot of his statistics kind of created the groundswell for that mentality. And then the problem is it can become a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? So if everybody thinks, oh, it's normal to have sex with a ton of different people, it's normal to not be monogamous, it's actually good to not be monogamous, right? That's the message of society tells you. Porn is good, sleeping around is good, sex is not a big deal. Then it kind of becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy because more and more people get sexualized and get, start down that path. And unfortunately in our society too, a lot of young girls, I heard what you shared, Kirsten, right? Mm-hmm. It was horrible. Like with that guy, it's ridiculous, right? But he was probably watching porn, right? So he's being trained by his pornography to treat you like an object. He didn't even talk to you about it. He just did this gross thing to you and you're like, what the heck? You walk out, right? But he was trained by porn to do that. That's not normal. Like a little boy doesn't grow up and become that naturally as a man. He's trained to think and become deviant.